Alright, what's up guys? I'm out for a little ride tonight. I thought I'd show you a little bit of this new neighborhood that I moved over to. Many of you probably have never seen footage of my old townhouse. It was a 2-story, 3-bedroom with the garage downstairs. So we have since moved into another 3-bedroom, but it's a standard house, the front and backyard, and my dogs are loving that. Gives them a chance to get out and have some fun in the backyard and throw some balls and chase things around, you know. You know, like many of us, you know, I grew up in a house. You know, when you move to a big city, and whether you're working for a company or you start your own business, we get so tied up into the things that we do professionally that somehow we forget why we're doing it. You know, that we went to college to get a degree, to get a better job so that we can live a lifestyle that supports us spending more time with our loved ones and enjoying life. And somehow, most of us, that gets pushed to the side, and we wind up spending a good portion of our life either asleep or, you know, working like a madman or woman, you know, trying to keep up with at the pace of the things that we have going on in our lives, you know. As I've said before, you know, I'm a photographer. I shoot a number of different types of photography, you know, anything from fashion to editorial, boudoir, glamour. I do shoot weddings on occasion. It's not really my forte. It's not something that I focus on, you know, and I know a lot of guys do, but it's just not my thing, you know. But at the same time, you know, I'm very capable of doing it, and, you know, if the event is right, I'm not going to turn the money down. So, with that said, so I moved out here, Katy, after looking for a number of different homes. And the reason why I think I settled out in this direction is not far from where I was living before. But one of the things I really liked about being out here is the open roads. You know, there's like so many roads you can get out here, and at the right time of the day or night, you know, you can really rip it up if you want to. I'm not saying that anybody should do that. I'm just saying, you know, on occasion, I have been known to, well, we'll just say accelerate and leave it at that. But usually when I'm blogging, you know, I have to maintain a certain speed, because once you go over a certain speed, the wind noise, the sound of the bike is so intense that it drowns out all of your audio. So a lot of times when you see these guys who are blogging and they're out doing their, you know, motor vlogs, they're riding about 35, 45 miles an hour. Every once in a while, you'll see them, you know, jump up and do something high speed. But that's so hit and miss, because, you know, the wind noise alone will just kill your audio, because a lot of times we're just using really, really cheap microphones, and, you know, that's what we're plugging into our action cameras, and we're relying on that to be able to capture, you know, the full spectrum of the audio range, you know, and give it a dynamic range so that we don't sound, you know, overly tinny or muffled. And as I said in one of my previous videos, I'm wearing a brand new helmet, and it's taking me a while to break this helmet in. You know, in some instances, I see that as a good thing, because that means that the padding will last, and it's not going to be something that, you know, I'll just, you know, wear in a month or two, and then I'll be riding around like I just got a bucket on my head, you know. So I'm content with that. But at the same time, when I'm trying to blog and I'm trying to record my audio, it does have a tendency to sound muffled. It does have a tendency to sound restrained, you know, if that's, you know, a good description of it. And a lot of that is due to the fact that these cheek pads are pressing in so tight that, you know, a lot of times it's hard to maintain audio. There are some bikes. Now, don't fool yourself about a lot of these roads. Out here, in many cases, you got a number of different police departments. You got the sheriff's department, you got constables, you got DPS, and some of these roads, depending on the time of the day, you also have ISD police, and yes, they can write you a ticket. They are police. So I suggest, guys, if you're following, and what you see me do, and you get out and ride, pay attention to the speed. Right through here is 30 miles an hour. I'm currently going about 35, which is kind of, I guess acceptable, but technically I'm speeding. So, but I had known quite a few officers, in my day-to-day, endeavors, and a lot of them are bikers, and a lot of them, obviously are running traffic, and they'll say most of the time, if you're 10, maybe 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, depending on the flow of traffic, that's acceptable, and they're not going to chase you. They're not going to, pursue you to write you a ticket for speeding, because they know that that's a safety factor. You're trying to protect yourself and stay alive, for the most part. So, man, but this really turned out to be a beautiful day. And I'm getting out late. I mean, it's 7 p.m. I rolled out probably about 15 minutes ago, and I was a little concerned about the heat because, I just bought this new jacket and I'm loving it so far. I have the Alpine Star Jaws jacket, and I took the winter liner out, and it still fits really snug, because most of these are not European. I mean, these European cuts, and us, with our American bodies, we got a few more pounds on us. They fit a little bit snug. But at the same time, just like what I was saying about the helmet, I don't want to be riding in something that, if something, God forbid, went down and I got to worry about my gear sliding off me, so it's not giving me the benefit of the protection that it should be, just because I'm more concerned with the comfort factor. I'd rather be a little sweaty and a little uncomfortable and safer. Because believe me, guys, those few seconds of protection can be the difference between plastic surgery and just a couple of days of bruises and, discomfort. So, keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about getting whatever gear you wear. Whether you're wearing knee pads, you're wearing, full racing gear when you get out and ride, if you're doing canyons and, and twisties and stuff like that. I always think it's so funny when I'm out riding or just driving around the city, and I'll see some guy out on, something as big as this Hayabusa, wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And yeah, they have on a helmet. Yes, they're wearing gloves most of the time. But it looks ridiculous to me. But at the same time, I have to accept that is a grown man or woman, and they make their own choices in life. So we don't get to dictate to them how they should ride, what they should wear. I see a lot of postings all the time on Facebook and other forums, people driving around in their cars, taking pictures of bikers and, putting them on blast on Facebook or something like that. Oh, look what that guy's wearing. Oh, look what he's not wearing. You're in a car taking a picture of somebody that's riding. Regardless of what they're wearing, they're riding. So you're caging it. It's like a Monday morning quarterback bullshit. So, did I say bullshit? Yes, I did. Okay, well, bleep. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that. If you're a grown person of legal riding age, I see a lot of cruisers in this state. They don't wear helmets, and that's their choice. I would never, consciously ride out without wearing some type of head protection, but that's me. I'm not saying that other people got to do it. See, example, there's a guy right there with no helmet on, but that's his choice. Live and let live. We talk about freedom. We talk about one love. So let's be about that. You know, I accept people for what they are. Do your thing. As long as it don't hurt me, it doesn't cost me money, it doesn't interfere with my lifestyle, man, I don't give a rat's butt what you do. So that's my 2.5 cents on that subject. On to bigger and better things. Yeah, yeah. Which way you going?
I'm going on 50 miles.
So you going out this way or that way? Hello? Hello. Riding home? Okay. Yeah, that's gotta suck. Oh, okay. All right, I'm on my way. All right, bye. Hello, Cena.